insights from our interview exercise. I selected Alyssa, who is an area sales manager for my company, reporting to me, Rob. I'm a regional manager for our organization. And I want to thank our instructor, professor, teacher for giving me a little latitude to select someone that reports to me as someone that I view as an aspiring leader versus someone that I report to or someone that I personally admire as a leader. Because I absolutely admire this person as a leader, even though that they report to me. So thank you for giving me the latitude. I want to start with a leadership brand statement that it was an exercise that I recently had to complete for a leadership program. And I think it just provides some insights into how I think and sort of the line of questioning that you're about to hear. My leadership brand statement is the following. I'm a driven and empathetic leader that promotes happiness and success in others, period. So thank you for indulging me there, but I think you'll find that it shares a little bit about me. As an introduction, why I chose this employee, I wanted to better understand the mindset of an up-and-coming leader and how I can best support her, not to mention the fact that she's a millennial, and this provided great insight into a millennial leader's line of thinking. And then through that discovery, I also wanted to reflect on my own growth and as a leader and how I can continue to grow. And then finally, I wanted to understand the qualities she admires in leadership so I can assign an appropriate mentor for her, and that may be me or may not be me, that best fits for her strengths, but also helps complement maybe where she's weak or has some opportunities for development, and then the mentor can kind of make her more well-rounded. So that's my introduction. The line of questioning I want to share were really just questions that I think were most important. And the first one is one that I kind of chuckle at. It is, how would you describe your leadership style? So I asked Alyssa that, and I will tell you in my experience, it is the toughest question, not because it's a tough question, but many people don't have a great response to that question. And frankly, for many years, I didn't have a great response. And I was impressed that she did have a good response. She described her leadership style as compassionate and as a participative leader. So she says she leads with her heart, and she likes to roll up her sleeves and stand shoulder to shoulder with her team to get a task done. So I thought that was really insightful. Next, I asked her, what qualities do you see in high-performing leaders that you admire? And she mentioned fairness, great communication, and intelligence. And I asked her about intelligence and to describe that some more. And she mentioned business acumen. She mentioned, and academic intelligence, being an effective writer, effective communicator, kind of understanding organizational structure. But she spoke more about emotional intelligence, and she described it as sort of what comes with experience, sort of the wisdom, how to react and make decisions without sort of emotional biases, and to look at situations objectively. So I thought that was a very mature way to describe what she admires in leadership. Next, I asked her to describe traits of highly successful leaders. And actually, I wanted her to describe just one, but we did talk about things like inspirational leadership, empathy, and great communication. But I kind of led her to what I view as a superpower, and many of us have read about that great leaders are often thought of as having a superpower that really differentiates them from other sort of average leaders. So I asked her what her superpower was, and she said that she cares about the success of her people. And I thought that was an honest and humble response, but I view her superpower as the following. She is a great communicator. She leads with her heart, and she wants her people to be successful. So she's absolutely spot on. But what she didn't see that I see is that she has a personality that is incredibly engaging, and it draws people in. So when you combine her personality and her authenticity, it's probably a better word for it, along with great communication and leading with your heart, that combination of all three, I think, is a tremendous superpower that she possesses, and it's going to propel her to great success in the future. And then finally, I asked her, what qualities does she admire in me as a leader, which is the question I was nervous about. She did say kindly that she likes my stories, that I'm not afraid to share stories about my failures, my mistakes, challenges, successes, and I do it in a way that draws people into those situations, and they feel like they're experiencing them with me, and they come out of it feeling like they have those same experiences too, and are better armed to make good business decisions going forward. So I really appreciated that. I was humbled by that. And she also said I'm a good listener, and that she really sees that I want success in others. So it was really nice of her. In summary, again, I'd like to say that I really enjoyed the class and this exercise. It was incredibly insightful. I think Alyssa greatly appreciated being asked. I think it helped our mine and Alyssa's professional relationship. So that's awesome. I gained insight about the mindset of an aspiring millennial leader, which is really cool. And finally, I learned more about myself by connecting elements of the text, my experience in this process, and applying them to real world, which is really cool as an adult learner, being able to do that. So thank you. It was really fun. Bye.